old school people that make some noise. Are you feeling us out there tonight? Are you ready? Let's take them back a little bit, y'all. It's time for percussion, everybody. Y'all ready for percussion? Billy Mondragon, Carlos Walker, bring it down.
We could start the show right now, Tom, but I really like this part of the song.
I do too. Sounds good.
All right, well, let it play then.
Let it go.
You would talk over the drummer.
Hey, man. It's just a drummer.
You're a drummer.
I know, this drummer is really good that night, too.
As am I. Thanks, Alex. Are we live? Are we listening?
No.
Or am I just talking to myself?
No, we're talking over the music. We're supposed to start the show, but we're just kind of I just was waiting for this track to end. It's almost over. It's coming real quick, Tom.
Oh. More the music plays, the less we have to talk.
I don't want to pull over.
All right, Jack, you fucking ready over there?
Yes, sir.
All right, bring up my goddamn screen so we can start this shit. Here we go. Warning, the views expressed on this show are not those of Disneyland or any of its affiliated companies. This is a talk show that does not represent any single other organization or club. These are idiots talking about stupid shit. If you're under the age of 18, tune the hell out.
Hello there. So you found your way to Wonderland.
If I were looking for a white rabbit, I'd ask the man Adam.
Really, I didn't think that.
But that's the point. If you don't think, you shouldn't talk.
Down the rabbit hole with idiots.
Well, hello.
What up? What up?
So what's going on? Who all's here tonight?
Tom's here.
Tom's here.
Missy's here.
Stefan.
And Jake.
Gang's all here.
We're
Gang's
all
all here. Yeah. Tom, you know, I had some questions of what the hell are we doing a show about tonight?
I don't know.
Do we ever know?
No.
You know,
Because to be honest, I know we talk about putting stuff together and having all these wonderful ideas, but every single week when I come, I'm just winging that bitch. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yep. Our Trello's not even up to date anymore.
Really?
Well, because we got
don't
lazy and we started putting news stories in the Radio Underland group.
Yep.
That people that are listening to the show on the Radio Underland page, there's actually a secret. Well, I don't know if it's a secret.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
our whole
secret.
damn show is a freaking
Well,
secret.
it's not a secret anymore.
Well, but there's
Yeah, but they can't
actually
get to it.
there's a group page, and that's where everybody kind of puts up the screwed up news stories, real news, fake news. I mean, I wouldn't consider it your news source, but I like the fact that some of the people that listen to the show have actually been contributing news stories into the Radio Underland group.
Page.
It makes it way
Yeah.
easier for us, that's for sure.
Yeah, because then we don't have to do any type of planning, which is probably the crux of our Achilles heel, Tom? Can we say that?
Yeah.
But then we count on them for topics. So if they complain that it's shitty, well, it was because of
their
them.
topics.
The problem
Not what
is-
we have to say about them, just what their topics were.
The problem
Sorry,
is,
guys.
yeah, the problem is we get going with the show and nobody even looks at that. So,
Good point.
I mean, this is literally the worst podcast that is probably available on the internet.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I love it.
I probably agree with Drake, actually.
It is. I mean, it's
we
a-
suck ass,
And
but
yet we
people
come
keep
every
watching.
week.
Yeah. I
well,
come for you guys.
You know, it's endearing to some people because it's a train wreck. But I mean, how can we ever make this financially viable if the beauty of our show is that it's a constant train
Shit
wreck?
show.
But I think that's what people like.
And now
That's
the
the
show's
beauty of it.
now the show's getting worse because Jack is somewhat, he's in his advanced short bus class now, and so he's somewhat getting the audio side of things together, so it's not crapping out every 20 seconds, and we don't have anything to yell about. So that whole element of the show, the beauty of the train wreck show,
Is losing.
now it's just boring as hell.
Okay, so basically,
I can do it intentional from now on.
basically what you're saying is we have to now start
It's okay.
unplugging shit like
no, that's okay.
on Jack.
Yeah, but yeah, I
We
mean,
just have to be more interesting.
there's just nothing left there in the show anymore. It's just four assholes sitting around a table with nothing to say.
Talking about crazy shit.
See,
Speaking of crazy shit, did you see what happened with the cop chick that shot the guy in what was it, Texas?
I saw it, but I
No.
didn't see the story.
Well,
You saw
they
it?
Actually,
You saw it?
Well,
Saw it.
Before
You know I put
before you
R's
give
on
us the whole
shit.
routine, they actually pressed charges against her.
Yeah, which they freaking should.
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter. Brandon, what do you know about that case? I know we're starting off in a flaming ball of boringness. I'll tell you what, though. I do want to talk about Coach Dave that was here last week. And hold on, let me turn on your mic.
Such a
What the
nice,
fuck
pleasant-
microphone are you on?
Such a nice,
That's a
pleasant
good
man
question,
he was.
sir.
Okay, sir. Why you got to call me sir? You're not even military. You're just being a condescending asshole, according to
pretty high,
Jack.
sir.
You're pretty high.
You're always
Hey, did
high.
anybody else
Shocker.
notice that when ABC7 ran the special about Kyle Paala again, you see Brandon floating through the background with his eyes barely open? He's just like
This is serious journalism here.
seriously high.
Yes,
Really?
sir.
Seriously high
Seriously
journalism.
high end journalism.
So, anyways, but I do want to talk about Coach Dave, and we had Coach Dave on the. Well, Stefan's just like, forget the vape pen. We're
you
going
jump on-
balls out tonight.
Before you hop on to Coach Dave, let me go over this crazy case in Texas.
Okay, I'm not hopping on Coach Dave yet. I'm
Oh.
just giving like a little
A
Pre-warning.
teaser.
like a hand job at the movie theater.
He's like he's like a bad ADD
but not with full
student.
release. Just restart. You ever had those
blue
dates,
ball.
Tom, back in the day where like, say for instance, you were at the movie theater and the date you were with would reach over and kind of just like play a little game of flick the tip. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And get you all just. But there was nothing after that. It was just kind of just like inciting blue balls, and that was it.
like a teaser.
A teaser.
What's that?
What do you mean?
teaser?
What's that, Jack?
I've never heard that happens.
I'm not even acknowledging him. I think now he thinks it's his job to be funny and sit back there and somehow sabotage the show with stupid questions, but that's not going to fly either. But I do want to go back to talk about Coach Dave. And Coach Dave was here last week, and we pretty much, I thought, my understanding going into that was, let's just get this guy to talk, see what the hell he says. And he said a lot of crap.
Oh,
which
he
was,
talked all right.
which was great. But I mean, it wasn't like, I don't think that we brought him in with the mindset to be argumentative or argue with him. It was just more like, yeah, let's just open up this asshole's mic and just see what he's going to say.
That was my whole thing was curiosity. I wanted to see what his message was and what he really had to say because prior to the show, like I didn't do much research or anything on him. You know, when we talked about having him on the show, I watched like 30 seconds of one of his videos, and I'm like, all right, he's kind of a zealot, but you know, we'll check him out, see what's up.
So what happened was Coach Dave did this show. Now, Brandon, how easy was it to get Coach Dave? Well, now I'm going into the whole Coach Dave bit. Maybe we'll save this for a second.
Yes, sir.
But see, now I feel like we're cock blocking the show to go back and talk about this cop that smoked a guy. What is the story there? All I know is that there's this
some
chick,
crazy shit, dude.
Where was this at, Brandon?
Dallas?
In Dallas. This chick walks up to the wrong apartment. She claims that she
on the wrong floor.
On the wrong floor.
Yes, so it was a multi-leveled apartment complex.
A guy answers the door.
Yes.
And all we know is...
No. Okay. So the official story that she released is that she approached the apartment, which was directly above her apartment, and the door was supposed to be ajar. So she opens the door, and she sees a dark figure in the room, tells him, get down on the ground, pulls out a gun.
Now he's walking into his dwelling.
No, she was pretty specific about how the door opened, too. She said it was actually just slightly ajar.
Right.
Enough so that when she put the key card in, because that's how they got into their apartment,
that it
actually pushed open the door.
Now, was she intoxicated or something? Did she accidentally show up at the wrong apartment?
She was in her uniform, it looked like, right, Stefan?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
No, they took blood. We just haven't seen the results yet.
Well, and it seems that there may be some sort of relationship between her and the person, or connection at least, if not a relationship, friendship, or whatever. Like I've seen pictures.
There were Facebook pictures.
Yes, I've seen Facebook pictures going around, and at the end of the day, okay. So the reason why that she worded it is very specific, because if the door's ajar, then and you know, she say, well, it was my apartment, so then there's right to be afraid for your life. But it obviously wasn't her apartment, and she's saying that she's barking commands at this guy, telling him get down on the ground with her gun out, and saying that he doesn't follow the commandment. She's lucky she didn't get shot herself. She should have been shot.
So she thought she was going into her own apartment.
That's
what she's claiming. She's claiming that she thought that she was going into her own apartment on the wrong floor. Now, is this like a 2-story apartment building, or is this like a 30-story?
Her apartment was on the 3rd floor,
and his was on the 4th.
His was on the 4th. Right. So she went one. You know,
one extra.
Yes, and I believe the parking structure, the way it works, is that you park on the level that you live on.
So she parked on the wrong level.
On the wrong floor, which led her to
went to the door that she thought was her door.
Yes.
The door was askew, so she never used her key card.
No, she used her key card like she normally would.
She went to do it, but the door was just pushed open.
Mind you, she's a cop. Yeah,
right.
She said she put the key in and the door opened up.
I mean, honestly, she could be mistaken in thinking that she was going into her apartment, right?
She said it was dark. I'm going to assume, like in most apartment complexes, there's some type of light that's
over the
usually
doorway.
Well, especially if there's a hallway or walkway. Yeah, there's light there.
Let's see if we can find the video, and I'll be
okay. Let's be realistic on this. But now in this type of situation, a multi-level dwelling, every floor looks the fucking same, except the numbers on the door are different.
That's true.
Okay. Now, if you lived in that place, you're not always looking at the number. Now, I'm not trying to justify this. I'm just trying to get into the mindset if it was possible for her to actually walk into the wrong apartment.
No. If you go around 2 times because you always have done that for 4 years in a row, then you know your turn. I mean, you know.
She could have been texting, could have been on her phone, went up an extra floor.
She could have been doing many things.
I can't remember where I parked when I go into Costco.
When you live there, this is every day you come home. Every day you come home from work or wherever you're at. This is your dwelling. So even in a very large complex, and I've lived in many, many apartment complexes and come home very tired many a day, I have never mistaken my apartment for someone else's. I live here. This is my home.
Let me tell you this, okay? Now, there was no alcohol involved in this story whatsoever, okay? One New Year's Eve, me and my brother-in-law at the time, we were in Laughlin at the Ramada Hotel, where the train is, where we watched that band when we were there just a few weeks ago.
Tropicana.
Tropicana. Now it's a Tropicana.
Can I interject for 2 seconds? Sure. You were in Laughlin.
I don't live there.
You don't live there, and you probably don't go into the same building in the same room every day for years. 3, 4, 5 years straight. Okay, but please finish your story.
But I can tell you this, that it was New Year's Eve. There was no alcohol involved. But me and my brother-in-law were just having a good time. We had those tootie horns and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So we thought it was funny that we went up to our hotel room, got off the hotel, walked down to the same room that we'd been in all week, and we're just honking these horns, just blow them in front of our doors and just yelling Happy New Year with the rest of our party that we think is sleeping inside the room.
Wrong door.
Wrong door, wrong floor. We were one floor underneath where we were supposed to be.
Didn't we experience something like that similar?
Sure did. Scared the living hell out of me.
Best thing I saw all night.
Yeah,
that was the greatest, though.
But what I'm saying is all the floors look the same. We weren't looking at the number on the door. The hallway was well lit. We just got off on the wrong floor, walked down to where our room should be, and we were at the wrong room on the wrong floor. So what I'm saying is, don't you think that this officer maybe somehow wasn't paying attention?
No.
Got off on the wrong floor.
Probably not.
Went to put her key in the door, and the door just swung open. She's like, holy shit. And then she sees a dark figure in her, what she believes to be her apartment, and smokes him.
So whenever I was...
unless she was extremely intoxicated. I mean, who knows?
well, I mean, whenever
Even
Even
that.
then, why is she carrying a gun? Why is she still in her uniform?
That's a good point.
It's kind of a rule, right? As a cop, you don't drink in your uniform.
I would think so.
I would think so.
And
I mean, if I was the captain of the force, I wouldn't want my guys out at the bar in uniform.
I'm saying that it's.
acting a fucking ass.
I think that it's possible. And even if she was intoxicated, if I was intoxicated, I thought I was at my apartment and I saw a figure inside of it.
Did we mention
I would
that
think twice before smoking
she was
it,
white and he was black? And I know everybody says, "Oh my God, it's a racial thing." Yada
It
yada
very well
yada.
could be. It very well could be. We're very.
It is all in this America. It's always a possibility.
What I'm talking about is the chances of it happening. The scenario that I said are very slim. Very slim. Not getting struck by lightning slim, but they're very, 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 very
winning the
slim.
lottery slim.
Well, I think getting struck by lightning, you have a better chance than winning the lottery. I think you have you'd have to get struck by lightning like 4 times to have the same odds of winning the lottery.
Yeah, you usually die when you get struck by lightning. So, yeah, kill this guy, man.
Okay.
And this happened. How many weeks ago did this happen?
No, not weeks. Like
it was
days.
recent.
Yeah.
Days ago.
Was
it's
it
only
days?
been a few
Okay, because I
days,
feel like
yeah.
it's been in the news so much
And then
that
she was arrested for manslaughter.
And she kind of looks like a crazy person in the photo.
What does crazy
I
look
don't
like,
even
Tom?
know.
Look at her mugshot, and you'll see.
According to Coach Dave that we had on the show, Missy is a lesbian lookalike.
that is what was said.
Yep.
That is what was said. Although we're not sure if they were talking about Tom or Missy.
Yeah, it could have been either one. Both of them are drinking fruity ass drinks and shit.
They were both very quiet.
And Steph doesn't pay his bills.
Yes, apparently, I probably don't pay my bills.
Okay,
And
we got to talk about this Coach Dave thing. It's just unavoidable. So the thing about this Coach Dave is, for those of you that didn't listen to last week's show, I'd say listen to it because Coach Dave comes on and he rants for about Jack. How long was Coach Dave on here ranting for? For about an hour and 20 minutes.
Almost 2 hours.
Okay. And he was on the show. He did his thing, whatever. He said, if you masturbate, you're gay. He said, no gay couples should be able to adopt, even if it means the child going into a household with an abusive father. He was like, no holds bar, no adoption for gay couples. What else did he say that was, he said, God doesn't love you. Jesus doesn't love you.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Masturbation makes you gay.
Yeah, we hit
Can
that.
I say something real quick?
Sure.
It has nothing to do with the story. How cool is it now that I can like individual comments in the live?
As we're going?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You don't see those little
Yeah,
individual
you can, but I
comments?
can't do it.
You just
click
gotta
it.
you gotta tap
Just one time. That's it.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry.
Thanks.
Please finish.
That is very
I
exciting.
thought it
So
was
Coach
pretty
Dave
cool.
came on the show, and that was one thing. We kind of just let him go, let him do his thing. He said a lot of crap, and it was just kind of whatever. But where it really gets interesting and really gets funny is the next day at 4 o'clock our time. He
thanked you guys for being good.
Yeah, he thanked us for being fair with our interview and
Not
being
ganging up on
not
him.
ganging up on him, all that kind of stuff.
I thought we were relatively objective.
I thought we were just listening to what he had to say and
I
just
thought we were just being respectful
Yeah,
and
we
listening to
weren't
him.
rude or we weren't, we didn't step out of line or
Keep
anything. It was just
talking.
a debate.
But the next day, at 7 a.m. his time, he goes live on a Christian radio station in, I believe, Ohio, and he live streams it to YouTube, and he's got guests on there, all this kind of stuff. So the next morning, he has an hour show, and for Brandon, how long of the next day his hour show do you think he talked about us?
At least 40 to 45 minutes.
I would, and that is not an exaggeration. I would have went with 50, maybe 45. But that is no joke. He has an hour show, and then the next day he spent about 50 minutes talking about our show. And it went from him kicking it off saying, "Oh yeah, that they were. I was expecting to get ganged up on, but I wasn't. They were very
we were cordial.
Fair.
We were cordial."
Fair is what he kept saying. Yes.
But as he proceeded to talk through his show towards the end of the show, it turned in from having a fair and cordial interview into him putting on his Jesus Superman cape and flying into the den of pagans and heathens and vanquishing demons. So I mean, okay, if you thought our show was good, it has nothing. It fails in comparison to the day after show on Dave's website. Now, if you guys want to watch that, I'll give him a plug. I don't give two shits.
Sure,
it's hilarious. CoachDaveLive.com.
You know what we should do? Can somebody post that on the Radio Underland page? And then I want the people who actually take the time out to watch his show, or at least a portion of it, to come back and comment on the video and let us know how you felt about what he had to say.
Well, it was just night and day. And I kind of lost a little respect for the guy.
And I don't think a lot of the things he said were Christian-like, which he claims to be like the ultimate Christian. And a lot of the things he said were not Christian-like.
Agreed.
I think my favorite part, which is when he started ranting. Now, not only did he go back the next day, he went back the following day, a second day, and he did a show that was probably about 20 to 30 minutes about his encounter here.
That actually makes me feel very
special. And he even got more balls.
2 days?
You figure we got an hour worth
He even got more balls on the second day. And this is one thing. Okay, now he never met Steph before at all. But can I play a clip of him talking about Steph?
Sure. Well, maybe.
Yeah, why not? He said it.
Yeah.
We're not changing what he said.
Let me just now he didn't say the name, but if you listen to the whole show in its entirety, you'll be able. It's about the 40-minute mark of the second day. But this is him talking about Stephen.
Oh yeah, you look real happy, dude. How many times a day are you smoking dope and getting high? How far behind are you on your bills? And by the way, who's your girlfriend dinking right now that you don't even know about? And who are you dinking that she don't even know about? And it looks to me like you got a pretty screwed up life, pal.
He sounded very angry.
He was very adamant about how he felt about me.
Yeah, he was very angry.
I'm curious to what led him to that conclusion.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard anybody say that your boyfriend or girlfriend might be dinking somebody.
Dinking somebody.
Dinking somebody.
And one thing that he said about Missy, which Coach Dave, I know he claims that he doesn't know who anybody was on the show, which he probably didn't know who was on the show. He was just listening to it audibly. But this young lady right here, this one right here, thanks for spreading that Christian love and that Christian joy and saying this about my fucking wife, you fucking dickhead.
The lesbian look-alike. The lesbian look-alike. The lesbian look-alike.
So does that make you homosexual?
That makes him gay, right?
That makes you gay.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was open season on the coach.
Well, I'm listening
cool.
back.
No, that's cool. I just know where I stand now, and that's perfect because I can say whatever the hell I want.
The problem I have with the coach is
he's a dick.
Yes.
Okay. Theologically, I agree with probably 85% of what this guy has to say. The problem with it is not his theology; it's that he's a fucking crotchety old asshole that probably has the strongest gay tendencies of anybody I've ever met. Because who the fuck would care so much about the gays? Unless you're like some closeted homo coaching little kids playing football.
Guarantee in his underwear. Guarantee in his no, not allegedly. Guarantee in his underwear drawer. There's a 12-inch double-ended dildo for him and his wife. Guarantee. It's normal play. That's Thursday.
You know, and it sucks for me in my life because I am a religious person. And then you get guys like Coach Dave that are so vocal going out on the warpath and just spreading their just hate towards so many people. And they're the ones that get acknowledged as the face of Christianity when the guy he's not the face of Christianity. He's just a vocal dickhead.
Well, and he proclaimed all through the thing. He kept referencing the Bible and how Christian like he was. Did he say anything about you or me?
Yeah, he said it. Hold on, let me see. I got some clips. Jack, when you get done fucking around with the camera.
Can I just say real quick?
Yeah.
It was not easy to get him on the show. And whenever I was talking to him beforehand, we were going back and forth on emails, and he was like, well, what do you want to talk about?
And why was it not easy to get him on the show?
Because he kept saying, I could take some heat, but I don't want to get ganged up on. I don't want it to be 4-on-1. And so
he was being a pussy.
He wanted to make sure that
he was being a pussy. But see, the thing is he went on his show for 2 days in a row and talked about how he was flying into the den of heathens, how he was this superhero, and I would do this anytime, and I'm so cocksure, and I'm this badass evangelical dude. And the reality is, the real reality of this pussy fag is that he was bitching. He was reluctant to come on the show because he didn't have balls and he didn't want to get hijacked on the show. Yet he goes in front of his listeners for 2 freaking days telling about how he's got the biggest balls in Christianity.
Can we go back to the fact that you just said cocksure?
Oh, no, this isn't his words. This is the words from the coach. Wait. Just wait for it.
He said it.
He said cocksure.
Oh, he was cocksure. He was short of cock.
I took a couple clips from his show. Jack, can you put up my computer so I can just play it? Now, these aren't in order. It's just random shit that he was saying on his show.
I pull this show up. It is called Radio Underground. Fellas,
Radio Underland, dumb fuck.
This was a secular show.
Secular show.
Secular
now, Brandon,
show.
He's saying
He
this.
didn't even say
Did you
2
not
words.
tell him that I worked at a church?
Yes.
And maybe I should say that after my tirade of just a few seconds ago.
Well, yeah, and
But
that I was
still.
affiliated with my church.
But he
and
acts like he was going on to this like anti-God. He called us on his show for the next 2 days. He called us a left-wing liberal anti-God show, and it's like,
But
are you out of your freaking mind?
Doesn't he claim to be a liberal?
No, he can
Libertarian
conservative.
Libertarian conservative, yeah.
All right, let's see what else Coach Dave
super conservative.
has to
We
say.
know that. He's a Trump
When I
supporter.
first went on it, it was all the 15-minute introduction before I went on was all MF this, M that, F this, F this, F. These 4 people, and there's 2 other people offline that are part of this 6-on-1 interview.
6-on-1 interview.
Bullshit.
Sounds like
And I was kind of geared up for it because I thought it was going to be an attack, and it really wasn't.
Now, see, this is when he first came on the first day after our show, and he talked about it. And he was honest there for a second. He said it really wasn't, because reality was it wasn't.
No, we didn't. We
If
basically
anything,
let
it
him
was a
take over-
conversation.
Yeah, we let him basically take over the show.
All right.
Really wasn't. I mean, they wanted to.
No,
Not true.
no, that's not true either. I mean, he wanted to play it up like there was. Anyways, okay, let's listen to Coach Dave.
But I was so proud of myself. I'm not allowed to say, are you allowed to be proud of yourself? Huh? Are you allowed to be proud of yourself? I'm so proud of the Holy Spirit in me that I kept the pressure.
Isn't pride one of the 7 deadly sins?
Sure is.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was kind of a.
We'll give him some. We'll cut him some slack on that because whatever. He's human. He's human. All right. Let's see what else Coach Dave has to say.
I didn't back down. And so after I'm off, they come on the first 10 minutes after I'm off, and they begin to talk about what they should have said to me.
Now, did we really talk about what we should have said to him? I mean, I gave my thoughts, and I pretty much said what I said tonight. I said that, theologically, I agree with most of what he's saying. I just don't agree with the way that he says it. And I believe in grace, and I believe in love.
I actually did talk about some things.
Well, maybe,
that I
but the other problem with him is he's an ignoramus motor mouth that won't shut the hell up for anybody to have a real conversation with him.
Up until I guess it was the end of the second show or whatever, when he really just had all these horrible fucking things to say about me. I didn't have a feeling either way. I didn't like him. I didn't dislike him. He was just another.
It was just
guy,
a conversation
another
about religion.
Fucking zealot. That, like I said, you hear these guys. He happens to be one of the ones that are not rich yet. He doesn't have the fucking Ferraris and shit like that. He's not on television. Yeah, he is. He is definitely working
he's shooting for it.
He's trying to.
Hell yeah, he is.
Probably not going to get there doing interviews with shows like this.
Yep.
But
he was trying to take us down. He was trying to teach us.
Well, that's the thing. I have the pleasure of saying if he does happen to get there, I'm definitely going to make sure that his whole roster sees the show here. I think that's pretty hilarious.
So anyway, let's listen a little bit more of Coach Dave. And I can't play all of it because he did 2 hours of it, but
I didn't like this. I didn't like that. And you know what it is? They don't know how to handle a guy who is cocksure.
What did you say there, Tom?
Cocksure?
Is that in the Bible?
Is that a Bible?
I don't think that's a Bible term.
I'm pretty sure that's Daniel.
I'm pretty sure he
1.
likes cock.
Cocksure. Is this like Jack? Would this be like a what do you call the subconscious where something's on your mind and you subconsciously focus on it?
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. Well, I'm sure you just dropped cock in there one time, right?
Cocksure.
Or twice.
Cocksure.
Or 3 times.
C-O-C-K.
I don't think it's spelled C-O-C-K, but we'll let him go with that.
No, C-O-C-K. No, C-O-C. Cocksure. Is that even a word? Who chip in? They were very friendly to me. They were very fair. I thought it was going to be an attack. And so I came out with my guns a-blazing. And tell me if this isn't good radio. And then so I'm cocksure and I'm hateful and I'm bigoted and all that stuff. What's it say here? Who's going to harm you, man? Have a good conscience, tell them the truth, and let her rip. What's it say here? Who's going to harm you, man? Have a good conscience, tell them the truth, and let her rip.
I really love that. I mean, I have to admit that I love his swagger.
He's very enthusiastic.
His enthusiasm. I really do.
A couple sandwiches short of a picnic.
Yeah, I think the basket might be actually missing.
That's probably a huge possibility. Yeah. Huge.
Yeah,
because that was just,
lots of sandwiches, no basket.
So they're teaching homosex in school and not to smoke in school. You want your 16-year-old son to come home and tells you he's smoking cigarettes or having homosex? Amen.
And I think what it did is kind of like Daniel and the lions did. He shut the lions' mouths up.
The Lord did. I didn't take any crap, Paul. I didn't take any crap. Right?
They probably had something to say, but they couldn't say it because the Holy Spirit was keeping them quiet.
Why they had me on, Paul? They had me on because they'd watched a right-wing video of me talking about masturbation being homosexual. Hey, dude, that argument took about 3 minutes, and they were agreeing with me. They were agreeing with me. Tell me the woman in the room.
Is it just made her coach seem a little maybe coked up or something?
He's like all over
he's
the board.
definitely on a good one.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That hand that's on your organ, man or woman here. I didn't tell him one time how much Jesus loved me. 6 of them were lined up to come and eat me alive yesterday.
6 of them were lined up to come and eat me alive, Brandon. That's what he claims.
That's kind of like homoerotic.
We were going to eat him and his young.
Hey,
just
and
saying.
I took the fork right out of their hand. I know this. I know the Spirit tells me that the young lady sitting in the middle there, somebody tied her lips shut. You're okay if your son comes home a homo? You're okay with that? You think that's normal? Well, they don't like that, see? Because deeper in their heart, they don't want their kid coming home a homo. They don't want that, right? Don't try to win an argument with a lost guy. Simply use the Bible. It doesn't work.
Now, for somebody that's so religious, for him to say like the Bible doesn't work, I mean, that's kind of like against the flow of the whole church's teaching that, don't use the Bible doesn't work. I don't know. This guy was just on rants. He just rants. I think he likes hearing his voice, which maybe I've been accused of the same, but.
Full crap. There are these unsaved pagans drinking beer and dropping the F-bomb every other word on the show. By the way, once I came on the show, they didn't use the F-bomb not one time.
Families all around the fucking nation. Yeah. Families all around the fucking nation with kids and different mothers and shit like that.
The funniest part about that section right there, okay?
He said not one.
Not one.
Yeah, but the funniest thing is he went and played that clip on his AM Christian radio show the next day. And it's a Christian station, and he starts playing that clip. And he lets the F-bomb slip out over the Christian radio station.
So you're telling me that he actually played a clip of us saying the F word after he literally just said that we didn't use the F-bomb one time.
I edited that. He said that earlier in his show. He said after I came on, they didn't use the F word one time. Or
but
they
then
didn't
he
swear.
puts in a clip like 10 seconds.
It wasn't 10 seconds.
Not
I edited that.
but
But then he put in a clip later in the show, and he plays 5 minutes of it in which you drop the F-bomb and the S word. So.
Probably meant multiple times because it's part of my vocabulary.
football game.
Wait. Did you just call it the F-bomb and the S-word?
Yes, I did.
This is Radio fucking Underland.
Hey, watch your mouth, Jack. Watch your mouth, Jack.
Is that shit? What is S word?
Yeah, okay.
Must be shit.
All right.
6 against 1, baby. 6 against 1, and I wasn't begging for help. I did last night.
That's a lot of dicks to take at the same time. I'm just saying.
I wanted to.
Not
wanted to
for
do
any
it
help?
again. I wanted somebody
No
else to
lube
call.
whatsoever.
I wanted to get on with Howard Stern. I wanted to do the same thing. I ain't afraid of those guys.
Did he just say he
Oh yeah,
wanted to
you
get
look
on
real
with
happy,
Howard
dude.
Stern?
How many times a day are you smoking dope and getting high?
This is him
How
talking
far
about you,
behind
Steph.
are you on your bills? And by the way, who's your girlfriend dinking right now that you don't even know about? And who are you dinking that she don't even know about? And it looks to me like you got a pretty screwed up life, pal.
Dinking
your lesbian look-alike.
For the record, I don't believe I've ever dinked anybody in my entire life. Let's just set that shit straight right now.
Who's dinking your mama?
I don't know, but I felt God's love in that interview and his. I did.
Amen.
Do you feel one with the Holy Spirit?
I hate the fact is that he totally distorted and contorted and twisted what actually happened on the show.
Let me tell you what I feel like. I feel like if there is a God, which I believe there is, but that's just my own faith. I feel like he has one hell of a fucking sense of humor. Because to send this guy to get on a radio show alongside us, oh, that's you can't fucking write this shit.
You gotta have a sense. You gotta have a sense of humor to do that type of shit.
That part.
Well, Tom, I figure if he can totally twist the reality of what really happened to his audience, why can't we just re-interview Coach Dave and twist it to our reality for our audience? I mean, that's fair game, right?
Well, and the reality is the people heard what he was anyways. There were things in there that he said that I didn't disagree with, but like you said, it was the delivery. It was how
it was.
It's more the delivery. And then there was shit that I completely disagreed with him on, where he was way off base.
Jack, can you get Coach Dave on the phone one more time? I just want to talk to him real quick.
I wasn't able to get him, but I was able to get one of his associates.
Well, yeah, but it's Coach Dave, right?
Sure.
Okay, because Coach Dave, are you there? Dave? Oh, Reverend Cocksure.
Reverend Cocksure.
I like that. Now, Dave, I have a question for you. Now, let's be honest about this. I mean, you railed on homosexuals so much during the show. Has there ever been a time that you've ever done anything gay at all?
Are you really making edits on the fly?
We're having homo sex.
Yeah, Coach Dave, I'm talking about having homo sex. Now, have you ever like been around a? I mean, you were saying cock. Sure. Have you ever been around a cock?
C-O-C-K.
Yes.
He spells
Would you ever accept cock?
Cock. Sure.
Yeah, he sounds like he's
I'm a little surprised, Dave. Coach, I'm surprised to hear you say that you would actually accept, in your words, cock. I mean, it sounds like, Tom, am I hearing this correctly?
He said cock, sure.
Let me be clear on this.
No, there was a pause there.
He said cock?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
One more time. Coach Dave, would you ever, under extreme circumstances, let's just say that your wife died or something like that and you were left alone, would you ever do a homosexual act?
Cock? Sure. Homo sex. We're having homo sex.
Oh, we're going to have whoa.
Sounds to me like he's gonna
homo sex.
Was that directed towards you personally? I'm just a little curious.
I don't know.
He said we're.
We're
yeah, as in like you and I.
Against one, and I wasn't begging for help. We're having homo sex.
So he had 6 against 1 having homo sex.
I will have no part of that. I'm just letting everybody know right now.
You don't want to be part of the train homo.
Coach Dave, how did you feel about yourself? You know, I mean,
I tell you what, if I do, I'll be the left hand.
Okay, but Coach Dave, how do you feel about yourself the day after having homo sex? Because I know that it's really against your religious beliefs.
Man, I'm so proud of myself. I'm not allowed to say. Are you allowed to be proud of yourself?
For taking 6 cocks at once?
I did. I was so proud of myself. I wanted to do it again.
Wow. He wanted to take 6-on-1 again.
Really enjoyed it. So, for the record, once again, I was not part of that 6-on-1.
Of course you were.
Yeah. No. That's
you know,
right. I forgot, 'cause I was- I'm
Coach
the left
Dave.
hand.
You know, Coach,
The
you,
left
you
hand.
have you have your own beliefs, and if you want to go and have homo sex with 6 guys, I mean, that's totally on you.
6 against 1, and I wasn't begging for help.
Well, you know, Coach Dave, I mean, that might be for you, but to me, that seems like a lot of pain, and that's
a
just
lot.
that's just not a road that I want to go down.
Who's going to harm you, man?
He's got a point, but you know.
Well, by 4, you're all ready to go anyways.
What was the worst part about it, Coach Dave?
I didn't take any crap.
Well, that's good.
Impacted bowel.
I want to know physically how 6-on-1 with him would even work. Like, where do all the dicks go?
I think it's 1 at a time. It's like a choo-choo train.
No, 6-on-1. That's a fraction. I know.
Coach Dave,
6
hold
over
on.
1.
Coach Dave, you don't seem normal today. I mean, what have you been doing?
Smoking dope and getting high.
Oh, that doesn't sound very Christian-like, Coach Dave.
It sure doesn't. So you've been doing what again, Coach Dave?
Smoking dope and getting high.
And then what do you do?
And let her rip.
Yes. Why didn't we get this Coach Dave last week?
I don't know. This
got-
guy's funny.
I like this
The
Coach Dave.
lesbian look-alike.
Oh, he's talking to you,
shit.
miss.
Wow, that's not nice, Coach
They don't know how to
Dave.
handle a guy who is cock.
Of course, if you're
I don't know. That one didn't
lesbian, you
work too
can't.
well. Okay, Coach Dave, I have one last question for you while you're still on the phone. If you could have gay sex with any famous celebrity, who would it be?
I wanted to get on with Howard Stern.
He wants to get it on with Howard Stern.
Yeah, Howard Stern.
Good for him.
Jewish.
Shoot high.
Why
Shoot
not?
high.
I know, right?
He's got a star now, so.
Yep.
Well, Alex in the comments just said how you get it on with 6 guys, but I don't want to reread that, and I'm not going to like that comment at all.
He says 2 in the mouth,
2 in the butt,
and 1 in each hand. That's
Sure.
6.
That's cocksure.
That's
a lot.
cocksure.
6 of them were lined up to come and eat me alive.
Whoa.
Homo sex. We're having homo sex.
Wow.
Well, Coach Dave. Well,
All right.
I guess it's kind of fucked up, huh, Coach Dave, when you start taking people's words out of context and making up bullshit
And twisting it around.
shit.
and twisting it around.
Did you just
so.
turn that into a fucking teaching moment?
Oh yeah, I think he's a little busy because he's he wants some.
C-O-C-K.
What's your favorite word?
C-O-C-K.
What does that spell, Tom?
He likes
C-O-C-K.
cock.
Okay.
Cock.
Yep.
Well, makes sense to me.
Well, Dick.
Well, what are you gonna do the rest of the night, Coach Dave?
Smoking dope and getting high.
What about
Works for me.
homosex?
I did it last night.
Oh, yeah, Dave. Yes.
I'm so proud of myself.
Coach
I wanted to get on with Howard Stern.
Oops. Okay. Well,
He really wants to get it on with Howard
Yeah,
Stern.
apparently.
He's really excited about that.
Howard Stern is his
yeah,
go-to
it's
guy.
very good. Yeah.
Tell me if this isn't good radio.
Oh, it is. It's
It is
excellent radio.
Great
Coach.
radio.
It really
It
is.
really is.
Well,
So
Coach,
this was a secular show.
Yes, it is a secular show, so you can say whatever words you want. Like,
C-O-C-K.
yes, you can say that.
Cock.
Yep, you sure can, buddy. It's all up to you.
Cocksure.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
Cocksure.
I already told you.
yes.
And if you ever want to go out with your 6 guy friends again and just have a nice little romp in the hay,
6 against 1, and I wasn't begging for help.
I know it's one of your favorites. You just get in there, and what do, Coach? Let me hear it.
And let her rip.
That's right,
Yes.
Coach. And what do you do with those 6 guys?
We're having homo sex.
That's right, Coach Dave. Oh man, Dave's the party, man. Dave is really the party.
He's really excited tonight.
Yep, he sure is. He sure is. I just, Well, anyways, I'll let you go, Coach Dave, because I know you got a lot to do.
Smoking dope and getting high.
Okay, Coach Dave, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, that was interesting. I kind of like that interview,
Yeah,
Tom.
that was a good interview
That
with
was
Coach
great.
Dave.
Brilliant.
He was very. He was
Animated.
Oh, so
wasn't
when
he?
that motherfucker asked, has he asked for clips from the show?
Yes.
Tell him to
He
eat a
also
dick.
wants us to go on
Send
the
him
show.
that 5 minutes right there.
Send him that.
Send him that. Edit that shit out and send it right the fuck over to him. We'll send it to him on VHS tape where he watches his gay porn in his bedroom.
Allegedly.
I can't wait to see the response for that shit.
We're gonna get a whole week's worth of shit
I want to
now.
see his clapback. I want to see. We just turned this into fucking Eminem and MGK right now.
Yep.
That's what happened between the fucking podcasts.
Well, you know,
We're
I'll tell you
Eminem,
what.
and he's Machine
For
Gun
any
Kelly.
of our people that are listening, they can definitely go to CoachDaveLive.com, listen to a show live. He's on YouTube live streaming. You can chime in with your comments. You might even be able to get on the mic and have a good old time with Coach Dave. I believe he starts at 4:30 a.m. our time, and I would like to highly publicize his website, CoachDaveLive.com. Go over there for those of you that are awake and drunk at 4:30 in the morning, and go talk with Coach Dave.
Can we post this clip in his comments? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Is that possible? Well, then we can, right? He has comments on his show, right?
I'm sure.
We should post the clip there.
They're saying.
Now, Mike, you were in the car with Brandon when we were negotiating with Coach Dave to come on the show. Is that correct?
Yeah, I heard the whole thing. It was almost embarrassing. I mean,
And he was only going to do 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, and Brandon was excited about getting the guy, and he's big on this whole thing where he said if you jerk off, that's really homosexual sex. And he says we're going to get the guy, and then he was. and then he was talking to him, and the guy's like, well, I just don't want people to gang up on me. He's all scared. And then he comes on the show.
You mean he wasn't
cocksure? No, he was not.
No?
Oh, but by the end, he was ready for 6-on-1.
Yeah.
6 against 1, and I wasn't begging for help.
Yep.
Well, and again, he was really nervous about going on the show, and Brandon's promising that you guys aren't going to gang up on him, and you didn't. I kind of felt like he was running away with the whole thing. I just didn't.
And then you listened to his show the next 2 days on his show, and how did he flip those tables?
Well, I mean, it sounds like he was tickling his own balls there for a while, and then his buddy Simon. It sounds like he gave him a reach around, but I mean, they were so stoked about it. It's
I
just
did
like
last night. I did. I was so proud of myself. I wanted to do it again. We're having homo sex.
And this guy was talking about, during the segment with you guys, which was most of the show, he was talking about how many dishonest Christians there were. Boy, did he put his foot in that one, right? I mean, he comes in and talks about, like at the end of the show, he said, thank you for having me on. He was all nice. And the next day, he was talking about how he practically came into the bowels of hell and vanquished Satan himself, which apparently.
And that's the part that I didn't like, how he played it up to his audience, because it was nothing. The interview was nothing like that. Yeah. It was nothing, not even remotely like that.
And then I even got to thinking about like the legal end. He was talking about all these cases that took away the government's right to force people to be Christian, but then he was taking a libertarian angle on it afterwards.
Why are you getting so violent with Brandon? You don't have to hit him.
Sorry. Anyway, I just didn't feel like he was, I guess, he really polished himself up to be sharp on all these topics. And he came in and I guess, I don't like using the term, but bullied you guys around a little bit. And then
My cloud's bigger than yours, Jack.
Well, I mean, bullying around is, like we let him talk. That's what we did. We just let him do whatever he wanted to do.
I was concerned because I felt like he was running off with it. And I kind of, when he said, well, that Common Core thing, and he says, well, it's communism. And
Common Core?
Yeah.
Communism. Yeah. Communism. Common Core, communism.
I'm almost positive that's how he said it too. Communism.
Yep. That's what he said.
And I said, how'd you come up? Did you come up with that yourself? And he said, well, yeah. And I said, well, I can't really give you credit. And he's all, you can't. I said, yeah, no, that's too simple. I don't know. I wanted to hold him back a little because, and then again, he's bragging about 6-on-1. I mean, that's crazy. No one took him on really.
No. Okay, I'm just gonna Miss. You had some interesting messages coming in from the show today, didn't you, on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, I did happen to see that.
Yeah. So let me go ahead. So what happened? In your somebody slid into your
my
DMs
on my IG personal account.
Can you get Jack the phone number because the guy want to talk to you?
He has it. He has the phone number and the pictures and everything.
Does that make you a cuckold?
I guess so. I don't know. And I know they're ranting in the comments that cocksure is a real word. I know it's a real word. It's not spelled C-O-C-K. It's C-O-C. But anyways, I know that's a real word. We were just having a little bit of fun.
I just think it's funny that he kept saying C-O-C-K.
Yeah. And then is it really a word?
Yep. Well, cock
So not only did he spell it incorrectly, he wasn't sure if it was a word at all.
Yep.
Actually,
it means to be
it is
overly
spelled C-O-C-K-S-U-R-E.
Oh, it is C-O-C-K.
It's overly confident is what
overly
it
confident. Yeah, I know what it means. I get it.
Yeah.
It's spelled that way.
It's for somebody that's so homophobic. It's just kind of in a juvenile way. Funny hearing cock coming out of Coach's mouth when he's so anti.
Well, generally when you're
homophobic.
saying the word though, you don't put a 2-second pause in between the words. So.
All right, Jack, are you getting my phone?
I do that all the time. When somebody says McDonald's, sure.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, because I want to play
Yeah,
this
but
video.
you don't do it when somebody says cock.
Oh, sure. Apparently he does. I don't know. I'm just saying this.
Okay, now there's a lot of creepiness going on, and I've got my phone tuned into the system.
There's a video.
Yeah.
too?
So Missy gets her phone today, and she gets a message from this guy on Instagram,
on
right?
Instagram, and I just kind of scroll and troll his Instagram account, and I come across this video, so I sent it to Jake because I thought it was creepy.
And read the initial message that he sent you. We can go back to the cameras, Jack,
Okay.
for a second.
But not his phone number.
Oh.
I will. I'll
yeah,
leave that
not
up.
his, not his
I'll
phone.
leave that
Yeah,
up.
just let Missy read it. We're not putting it up on the screen.
How are you doing today? I am Antword from Colorado. Hope you are doing good and nice meeting you. Your profile hits home with me, and I am like that. And I like that you seem relaxed and very open. If you would not mind, I would like to be. If you would like to be my sugar baby.
Let me see that again.
Okay,
let me read that.
That's,
Let me read that.
I wanted to put it in
Hold
there.
on,
No,
let
wait,
me-
no, let me give it a shot. Can I give it a shot?
Go ahead,
Please.
Steph, you need to read this in the voice of the original poster.
I think that's
Okay,
the
just
only way to have
don't-
this done.
don't-
Sure,
don't
it's okay.
the
Don't
number.
worry about all that part.
Yeah, that part. Don't put that
Okay.
in there.
How are you doing today? I'm Atwood from Colorado. Hope you're good and nice meeting you. Your profile kind of hits home with me. And I like that you seem relaxed and very open. If you would not mind, I'd like you to be my next sugar baby. And you can get to text me on this number here.
I feel so dirty right now.
Okay.
It's kind of disgusting. I feel dirty even reading that shit. Like,
So Miss gets his message. Now, Jack, put up my phone because I want to play this video that we found on this guy's Instagram. Now, his Instagram is public. We can put up his Instagram user. Oh, what if I go sideways? Will it actually go full screen? All right, hold on. Let me get this out of here. It's wanting me to log in. Come on, X out. There we go. All right, so this guy right here, Atwood Sewell 96. Everybody can go friend him on Instagram. But Tom and Steph, I want you to watch this video, and I want you to tell me what is going wrong in this video.
96. Is that like when he had his first?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have my volume up. What's going on? Oh.
Hold on.
I'm jacking up the show. Hold on.
And it's not Jack's fault this
No,
time.
it's not. Everybody just knows my password. I just put it out there. My phone is totally unsecure.
Of course.
Oh, do I have to tap on the video to get to hear it?
I'm seeing audio.
You're seeing audio?
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe I've got it turned down. Hold on.
Is that him like flipping through the pictures of young gals? Like what is that? What is going on here? Is he the white Bill Cosby?
It's in Messenger. Why don't you
You
bring
okay
it up on
over
the
there?
computer?
Yeah, so anyways, I don't think that they can hear it.
Tom almost committed suicide right now.
Go to our messenger where you guys can show it from there.
Well, that's where I'm showing it from on my phone.
She looked like a tranny.
But basically, this video is going to look back. So what this guy's doing, he's requesting videos, and you guys can go to his Instagram. That's his profile @WoodSewell96, and you can see this video and hear it.
Can we
But this
figure out a
guy-
way to play that on the show? Like I want to see
I'm
it.
gonna play it.
I just want to hear. I want to hear his
I'll
voice.
play it for you guys.
the
And
audio
you guys
through
can
the
watch
speaker.
the video.
Does he have no teeth?
Okay,
in his mouth?
but hold on. Look at
Dentures.
this. He's taking girls' Instagram photos and Snapchat photos, and he prints them out and puts them in a hard copy photo book, and he crops pictures of himself next to the girls.
He took the literal interpretation of Spank Bank.
All right, so you ready?
Oh, you're gonna play the audio in front of your mic? Hang on.
What you up to? Hey, the other day, I made pictures of you. Yep, hold on, I'll show you. See, there's a couple. There's a couple. There's a couple. There's a couple. Got a little photo album of you. Love you.
So basically, Missy's been approached by this guy to be
Dude,
his
what
next
the
sugar baby.
fuck was
What
that?
is that?
Hey, let me tell you something. My voice didn't even begin to be nearly as fucking
No,
creepy
no,
as this.
no,
When I
no.
heard his shit, like, oh, I couldn't. I could not Tom Cruise
All right,
that
so-
shit.
so-
I couldn't-
so-
What the
So
fuck
the guy
was that?
sent me his number,
Oh.
and he said to text him.
And you made arrangements to talk to him over the phone?
Well, I said, I'd rather not text. I'd rather talk because it's more personal. So I figured we can call him together.
All right. Should we mute our microphones before we do this phone call? Because Jack and everybody's going to laugh too much.
Missy on it.
Just have Missy on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to throw in there like on the this is live. You're being recorded.
Yes, please do.
That is a point.
Hold on. Let me wait. Hold on. My computer's not missing. Okay.
Should I mute my mic or not?
Look at you got people in the comments that are like, "Give me his number. I want a sugar daddy."
Right? I'll give you his number if you give me some
Alex
of that.
Galvez is all about it.
Him, he's a fucking weirdo. He's taking pictures of himself and photoshopping them. No, he's putting 2 pictures, one of himself and one of his.
Creepy.
All right, Jack, call him and let's see if we can get him on the line.
Alleged creeper.
Alleged. Yeah, this might not work. We might not be able to. Shit, we got his name up on the screen.
Was that spelled properly?
Oh,
How's
God.
alleged spelled?
Oh, fuck. Miss, you're on.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available.
Oh, he
Please leave
gave you a
message after
Google
the tone.
voice line.
Boo. Hey, Atwood. This is Missy. You messaged me earlier today on Instagram, so I was just calling you back. Well, call me back at this number. Hope it shows on your caller ID. Bye. Y'all motherfuckers fucked up.
God damn it! I'm sitting over here trying to get you guys to give us the number so we give them a callback number. Oh.
You have a fucking whiteboard over
your
there.
mic is muted, Jack.
You guys always have a fucking whiteboard and you didn't use it tonight.
I was busy with the tech aspect.
My mic was muted.
How the hell do you use Google Voice? What is that?
Do it again. Do it again.
You may have to listen to the voice.
Message him.
Do it again.
Can we?
No.
No, Missy's got him in the messenger
Because it's Google Voice.
Yeah.
Right.
You leave a message
I'm
and you listen to
using
it.
Google.
All right, Missy.
So it wasn't Missy that showed up that's calling him.
Reverend Jack showed up. Great. Message him on Instagram, the phone number to call. Jack, do we know the phone number to call?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Where's your
Can you give it
whiteboard?
to Missy? We can give that public. That's our incoming phone number. God, way to screw up a bit, Jack.
Do you know what the greatest thing is? I hope that everybody watching video saw Jake's seizure that he had in the chair when we couldn't get the phone. We couldn't get the phone number.
And they're looking at me like, "What could you possibly want, boss?" And I'm like, "She's trying to give him the goddamn number. Come on." Are we calling again?
No.
What was that?
What is that?
Make sure that we get the right number.
Miss, send him a text message.
I
Say that
tried
you want to talk.
calling.
Did he see your last message?
No.
What an asshole.
I tried calling.
Can we put a picture on the wall that
Somebody
has the
said
phone
he's
number?
probably in India.
India.
Yeah, in other words, it's like a catfish.
Oh.
No, that guy's definitely here
That guy's
stateside.
real.
No, that guy's real.
This
I
is
looked
real.
up the phone number and everything.
That's real shit.
You mean more real than him posting his own pictures next to his
Right.
internet friends?
His bona fide spank
Creep.
bank.
Yeah, that's the world we live in right now.
But who does that? Who takes girls' Instagram and freaking Snapchat
Puts them
and
in
goes
a-
down to Walmart and prints them out and puts them in a hard copy version?
Well,
Are
and
we
even
I
talking
take
the
offense to
same
that. I would never go down to Walmart to
the
do
same
that.
portion of this world where
you
you
would do
can-
it at home, right, Jack? You pervert.
You fucking sick
We are
pervert.
talking about the same world where you can just
Oh, he saw
swipe.
it. He saw it. He
Oh,
saw
he's
it.
responding
I
to your
tried
messages?
calling.
Yes,
where you could
yes.
just
send. I'm gonna catfish the fuck out of this motherfucker. I'm gonna just put him on with Coach Dave, and so we can ask him if he's ask him some homo sex.
He's like, what are you doing on this line?
that would be a very interesting conversation.
All right, when you get on the phone with this guy, if we get him on the phone, I don't want to hype this up. I don't want to stay on this too long. It's most likely we won't get this guy on the phone. But if we happen to get him on the phone, when Coach Dave interrupts and says stuff like, you know, like,
Let her rip.
just say that's your crazy grandpa that you live with.
Somebody just point out the fact that Jake's face is like deep right now.
My face is always red. I'm
Always
pissed at
red.
these guys for not giving me the number.
He's like super pissed right now.
Oh, you know what? We need to talk about your guys' weekend.
I never got a phone number, by the way.
That's Brandon's job.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Exec producer.
Yeah, will somebody give Missy a phone number so she can give this guy a phone number to call in? And Jack, you just monitor it, so if he calls in, we can get him on the line.
He wants vagines and bobs.
Jeans and bobs.
Jeans and bobs.
So, anyways, we can move on here. Tom, what did you do this last weekend? I didn't see you.
We went to...
Somebody give Rachel a mic, because she's way more interesting than you two dumb fucks.
She probably knows the number, too.
We went down to Miami this weekend.
And what did you go to Miami for?
Rachel's cousin, Chris, also known as CT.
CT, who is CT? See, honestly, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not too familiar
That's fine.
with
Yeah.
Now, Missy, on the other hand, you say CT and she squirts a little bit. That's how much she knows about
I know.
CT.
She's gonna come visit Boston when he's over.
Yeah, I bet she will.
Oh,
I bet she will.
sure will be posted on that couch.
So CT, for those, because some of the listeners that we have, they're of the age to know who CT is when you put them into the right situation. Who is CT, Rachel? Other than being your cousin from Boston, who is he?
He was.
Go ahead, babe.
He was on the Real World Paris, so he goes way back on the Real World, and then since then he's been doing the challenges that they have on MTV for like 14 years now.
Shit.
And he won. I believe he won in 17.
Is that you guys calling, or is that's you guys testing the line? Okay, well, let me mute that then. Guys, getting us all excited like we got the perv calling in.
I thought it was him.
I know, right?
Yes.
too.
So
Don't mute us because we're not testing it anymore.
Don't mute us. So, okay, I'm turning it back up. So if the phone rings, then we actually know that it's this guy. Okay. So, Tom, go back to what we were saying.
So he tied the knot down in Homestead, Florida, at a very nice villa this weekend with his fiance.
Now, Jack, put up my screen because I've got some pictures of CT. Ones are which, but I know it's like a multi-framed. But CT was on the Real World Paris.
Yep.
And then he did a bunch of like road rules challenges and all that kind of stuff, right?
Never road rules, just the the challenge where they do it's like physical, mental, all kind.
It's like the
kind of hits everything.
TV Survivor, basically.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
that's my baby, cuz.
Now he was kind of known on the Real World and all these challenges because he has a little bit of a
Very bad temper.
Very bad temper, yeah.
Just like
Rachel, do you have that same temper?
yeah.
You do.
Family.
So you guys went down there for the wedding. Now he was married before.
No, he was never married.
Never married.
Never married.
But he had a romance that went really public because
Yes, he was with Diem. She was another cast member of the challenge, and they carried a relationship for a lot of years, off and on.
Okay, so you guys, because you're his cousin, you guys went down there to Florida for the wedding. Was it fun? Was it interesting? What happened? Was MTV there?
MTV
They
was
recorded
there.
it, yeah.
They approached my cousin. They heard he was getting married. They approached him and asked him to do a six mini-series segments.
About his getting married?
Yeah, half an hour each they would be. And he declined to do that, and they talked him into doing a 2-hour special.
Okay, all right.
He said no to a 6. He's been doing MTV for like fucking 15 years, so he's
exactly.
Yeah, he's probably tired by now.
He wants out of it. So he was with Diem for many, many years, but Diem passed away of cancer. So
it's funny because I'm looking in the comments and Alex is when Coach Dave was on talking about homosex, Alex wanted to hook up with Coach
he's actually
Dave.
on the challenges tonight. I forgot.
And when Alex is listening and we're talking about CT, he wants to hook up with CT. Alex is just willing to really hook up with anybody.
That's because he knows exactly where to take 6 dicks at the same time.
Yes, he did. He did answer that question too. All right, so do you think you guys are going to be on? Did they mic you up or anything?
Oh yeah, they did.
Rachel was mic'd up a couple times. I was not, but the cameras were everywhere. They recorded everything. There was a bachelor party Friday night.
Did you get to go to the bachelor party, Tom?
I did.
Are we allowed to talk about that without Rachel hitting you upside the back
I'm
of your
the
head?
one that made him go.
Yeah, we just went to a club down in South Beach. Super fun. They promoted
South Beach. Awesome.
They promoted it.
So what was it like? Because you're with CT, and how many guys went on that bachelor party?
Probably about 20. There were several other people from the challenges that had been on over the years with Chris, so that was kind of surreal, kind of hanging out with them.
Now, did you recognize any of these people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
You are better than me because I wouldn't have a fucking
I didn't.
clue.
Not all of
Real
them,
world?
but there are some guys from like the challenges when you watch them that are very recognizable.
Yeah, you have to watch them.
Yeah.
In
So
order
wait a
to
minute.
recognize them.
Tom is going to a club in Miami with all these dudes that are recognized by all these hot chicks in the club. How did that go?
It went well.
Yeah.
No, it goes. But the funny
I
thing
just want to make sure when you go to hit Tom, I'm not gonna get some of the backlash.
I know.
No, but seriously, what was it like going with like a group of guys that are like somewhat? I mean, they're famous in their own way. I mean,
well, I think one of the guys, Leroy, said it best. I think for a lot of the people that were in that club, when they, they're like MTV's in the building, they made the announcement, and they're going crazy. I think there's a lot of those guys that are very recognizable just because they're on TV, but it's a different generation. And we weren't in a.
They're younger.
Yeah,
It's
we
younger
weren't.
people
We
in the
weren't
club.
in a club of 30-somethings. We were in a club of 19, 18, 20-year-olds.
Basically, had no clue who the fuck they were looking at.
Yeah, so some of them, I'm sure they knew who they were, but they
just heard MTV.
Yeah, but they see MTV, they see the cameras, and the frenzy begins, and then they're doing the waivers and everything so they can record. But it was cool. I mean, there was no drama, no trouble. The owner of the club, coincidentally, his name was Jake.
Oh, well, good name, good Christian name,
but
wholesome Christian name, Coach Dave. You fucker.
You might want to hear this. This is funny.
But super nice guy, super rad night. It was a lot of fun. I don't know how much
Tell him
detail.
what my cousin Ricky did.
No, I can't. I'm not going to do that because I don't know how much detail we can go into. It'll probably be on the show.
Are you guys legally obligated to not talk about it?
I don't know what
They told us we couldn't.
I don't know what we can talk about, and what we
They
can't.
never told us we couldn't.
But
If you didn't sign a waiver,
Tom, what's
open
another
game,
fucking
baby.
lawsuit? Who gives a shit?
I know, but
we have attorneys. We have people, Tom.
One of her other
It's your
cousins.
own family, Tom.
You'll see at the show. I don't want to ruin it for the show.
But
'cause I'm
something,
sure that'll be on
something
the-
funny.
Oh, something funny. Several funny things happened at the club that night, involving one of her other cousins. So it was
my
pretty
family's
funny.
crazy. Just let me, and you're gonna see it. My family is absolutely crazy. I'm the calm one.
Alex, Johnny Bananas was invited, but he did not. He declined for some reason. I don't know what the story is behind that.
Coach Dave wants to guess what happened, and you tell him if he's getting warm.
We're having homo sex.
No.
Nope. No homo sex.
Nope.
You sure it
Well,
wasn't?
maybe
Homo
for
sex.
one of the
Smoking
guys.
dope and getting high.
Nope. None of that.
You'll never guess it.
Sure.
Yep. There were several people that were cocksure that night.
All right. Well, I mean, it sounds interesting. So you guys don't know exactly when this is going to air, but it'll most likely take a month or two.
Yeah, but it was cool. I mean,
it'll be
the
this
wedding,
month.
the wedding was beautiful. They did a really good job. It's kind of neat watching what goes on when they do that stuff because there's cameras everywhere.
Who the fuck is Johnny Banana that Alex keeps ranting about in the comments?
He's one of the other guys that are on the show all the time, but he was not there. He was.
Wes was there.
Yep, Wes was there. He's a big one.
Another real world dude.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you,
Cara Marie was there.
And
What about girls? What about the real world?
Cara Marie.
Yeah,
Oh.
Cara Marie, and then
Probably the prettiest girl.
I literally have
Hold
no
on. Say that
clue.
name again. I want to pull up her. I want to pull up her image. What is?
R.A.
Hold on. Let me get it up. CARAMARIE.
I have no clue who the fuck
Yeah,
anybody's talking
Cara
about.
Marie.
MTV. I'll add that in there. Let's see. Images. Jack, you don't have to put up my screen for the whole search. Is it this redheaded chick?
Yeah,
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, how do we get a big picture? Well, she's kind of like doodly-ish.
She really isn't though. In person, she's absolutely stunning.
Was
really
she?
is.
And I'll tell you that, like,
Doodly-ish?
what you see on TV from these guys, when they're competing and they're drinking all the time and there's a lot of aggression and whatnot. Nothing. What these people are like, all very approachable.
That's TV.
Well, I mean, I think it's reality TV as a whole, where people just really play it up for the
That's how
camera.
you get
I mean,
paid,
it's-
Yep.
son.
And I'll tell you, all of them are very smart.
Like, I really don't think Coach Dave has homo sex, and
You don't?
I don't really think
At
he
all?
wants to screw Howard Stern. But
The Howard Stern part.
I
but
mean,
the
it's
other
his
part-
words, not mine. I really, I'm not going to judge. Thankfully for us that we can share the love of Christ towards Coach Dave, and if he wants to really fuck Howard Stern and get high and do a bunch of bullshit, that we're not going to judge over here.
The guy, we've seen it many times
I'm
before.
gonna let it go
on television.
I
and
believe in
movies.
grace, Coach Dave, and from what Coach Dave said tonight on the show, he needs a lot of grace and lube, a lot of grace and lube.
And I was talking to one of the other guys that's been on the show, Leroy. He did say that he would come on a show.
Yeah, he actually said he'd do the podcast.
He said he would do a podcast. I'm sure that we could probably get CT to call in and be on the show if, when his schedule slows down a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, what is okay? So I'm curious about the life of some guy that was has face notoriety from being on an MTV show. I mean, what does he do now? I mean, he's not really an actor, is he?
No, he
Talk in the mic, Ray.
He does small movies with my other cousin, John Hickey. My cousin, John Hickey, directed a movie called Oxymorons.
Sounds like something I'd like.
It's very bizarre, but it's about a group of kids from where I grew up in Charlestown on pills, what they would do to get the pills. It's an interesting movie.
Oh, kind of a dark
Very
movie.
dark.
And is CT working or anything right now?
Yeah, he flips houses.
He flips houses. Oh well, so he's made enough money to have a little money in the bank to
Exactly.
to do like some investment stuff and do. Sound good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. And is he younger than you or same
He
age?
is 38. I'm 42.
Okay, so you guys were around at like family reunions and all the parties and stuff.
Oh
and-
yeah, I was like a big sister to him growing up. I was his big sister.
All right. Well, sounds interesting. I hope you guys had fun.
But it was cool. It was definitely an experience. A lot of fun. It was good to see everybody. It was good to see. We haven't seen all of them for a long time, so it was good for Rachel.
Did it feel funny with MTV there with cameras in the face?
At first, at first it does because you don't know what to do. It's like you don't know where to look, and then after a little while, you just pretend like they're not there.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
And sometimes they'll tell you, like if you're talking and you're conversating with one of them, they'll tell you to move into the shot.
To move into
they'll
the
say
shot so
move
they can-
over, get into the shot.
Did you see them ask anybody to like, oh, that just happened over there? Can you redo that again so we can get it on camera?
They did with my cousin Vanessa. So when she first, because she wasn't supposed to come, and she ended up showing up at the last minute. And when she pulled up, they were like, let us mic you first. Let us do all this before you walk in. We want to get it all. We want to get his reaction to seeing you on film. So.
I mean, has CT ever talked about? I mean, have you ever had any conversations with him about like doing the whole reality TV and how much of it's real and how much of it's fake, or how much
absolutely.
how much
We've
of
had
it's
many
reenacted? What does he say about it? Because
A lot.
he's been in it like a lot of years now,
Right.
doing the reality TV.
He said they take all the footage and they make their movie. Basically, they make their series.
Yeah, they just record everything and see how they can edit
Yeah,
together.
a lot of it's fabricated. A lot of it's real, like with the fights and the emotions. That's all real, but they kind of spin it off the way they want the drama spin.
Yeah,
But but in terms of those like the challenge shows, they're not scripted shows. 'Cause
No,
they
the
don't
challenges
have,
are not
Those
scripted.
are not scripted shows. So kind of what you see is what you get. But it's just hours and hours and hours of footage that they, like she said, they just kind of edit it together.
It's record you for like 3 days and done and
Well, yeah,
done.
it's like anything else. You put a group of people in a house and you don't give them any TV or anything to do other than the challenges. You can feed
And
them
give them alcohol.
and feed them with alcohol. What
You're
do you
gonna
think?
get drama.
What do you think you're gonna get?
We should do our own real world.
There is a show. There's actually when my cousin, his brother, got murdered. They actually had him on one of the shows 2 weeks after. He was scheduled to go, so we couldn't get out of it. And they purposely, somebody picked a fight with him in the house.
Adam.
He lost, that's right, Adam. He lost his fucking mind. You could probably pull up the clip. He fucked him up.
Oh, I wonder if
my cousin literally lost his
We probably can't
mind.
play a clip from YouTube of CT because we're probably going to get YouTube copyright. YouTube is all over our ass lately. They're just busting us for everything.
But if you look up CT fights Adam,
Maybe I leave the volume off, Jack. They don't search for images.
But I'll tell you though, in terms of where he was and stuff, and where he is now, I'm super proud of him.
yeah, he's come a long way.
He's come a long way. You can tell he's a really good dad. His son's a doll. And I wish them both the best of luck. It was a nice wedding. So we'll see.
Here, let me turn the volume off on this. I just want to see him throwing down. Hold on. Here, let's
Pretty
get it.
scary.
How do I get it full screen? Well, that's him on the right.
Yeah.
Who's the guy on the left?
One of the cast members.
I love how we're just advertising somebody's
yeah, this is it.
And the one in the
BG
Hawaiian,
Hall of Fame.
the one in the kind of Hawaii
onesie.
shirt.
That's Adam?
That's
He's not
Adam.
in a Hawaiian shirt. He's in a onesie.
He's in a onesie. We need to do onesie day at the park.
And he was just poking the bear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
He just kept poking the bear.
This is going bad. I can tell you already. Why are they fading it out and making it all like overexposed and stuff? Why do they have to do this?
That was the end.
Oh, he got him good, man. Oh, now they're fast forwarding it, which is BS, but
They're probably trying to avoid YouTube police too.
probably.
You know what the best part was? The first fucking mush when you take a dude and you open your hand up and then you wrap your hand around his face and then you the mush. Yeah, that's you already know you're done for. When you get mushed, you're done.
He ripped a door right off the hinges that night. Like he literally like punched like it was like Incredible Hulk type shit.
What kind of bothered me with that is a lot of people didn't know what he was dealing with at that time. That he just lost his brother 2 weeks before.
Now
Yeah, so
that's
they kind of villainized
That's a story. Okay, now it's CT's brother that was
Murdered back in 2008.
murdered.
Murdered, like
His older brother or younger brother?
his older brother.
His older brother. So he was on that show, and his older brother was actually he was gunned down, right?
Yes.
Yes, he was. He was actually. It was premeditated. He was set up. So I don't know what the story was, what led up to it, but a bunch of kids showed up at his girlfriend's house and literally punched the girlfriend's mother in the face. You don't hit any woman in front of my cousin.
Right.
So Vinny lost his mind and knocked one of the kids out. So the very next day, she was getting text messages from these kids saying, meet us at this field. We'll settle it, whatever. My cousin was never one to back down, which I wish he did that night. So when he showed up at the field, there was 7 kids to him and 2 girls. So he told the girls, get down, call 911. He took a taser and a hand axe and ran past 7 of the kids and just started hitting the kid's truck. Well, the kid got out of the driver's seat, ran over to the passenger seat, grabbed his rifle, shot my cousin in the leg and went through this leg, came out the other leg. So when my cousin was literally trying to crawl away for his life, they shot him in the back from 30 feet away. Then,
and so this was going on when CT was doing these reality shows.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure he had a lot of anger and just emotional roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
To have his older brother.
Exactly.
You know.
And it was the way that it happened. You know, he was laying there bleeding to death and all 7 of them just started beating him. They beat him really bad. So, I mean, it was bad. It was really, really bad.
And you know, it's like anything else. These guys do these shows together for years, and you know, when these guys have static with each other, they know how to they know what buttons to push. And back then, it was real easy with him. Now it's not as easy to find the button. The buttons are still there, but it's not as easy to find it.
Yeah, they've grown older, they've matured, and
but I'll tell you though,
not
like
the hair
I said,
trigger that they used to be.
But like I said, with a lot of the way the show villainizes a lot of these guys, nothing like that in person, in real life. Very approachable, very smart,
sweet.
You know, they've all done really well for themselves, and just kind of it's hard not to be starstruck. You know, when you're even they're not, and they don't act like they're stars on TV. They're just normal people. Super fun. It was a fun weekend, and it was good to see everybody.
Yeah.
It'll be real interesting to see what it cuts down to.
Or how they spin.
I wouldn't want to be the one who has to do all that because it's so much work. And, and there was cameras on from Thursday to late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I'm sure that was an experience that you guys won't forget in a while, but
definitely won't.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I'll tell you, the mansion they stayed in was definitely like some straight out of Scarface type shit, though.
Yeah,
it was
nice.
like hidden rooms. You pull a
book.
book.
Yeah, they had like panic rooms in a lot of the rooms. I can tell you, somebody from the cartel definitely owned that house at one time.
Yeah. You have to pull like 10 commandments, and it opens up a safe room door. It's pretty wild.
That's crazy. Oh, well. So anyway, so that should be on TV in a month or so. We'll see if you guys made the cut, make it on, Rachel, you should have just said something outrageous to make sure you at least make it in the cut on MTV.
Oh, I'm sure there probably is, because you got to remember, people were mic'd up, and we don't know. I never asked who was mic'd up and who wasn't.
You have to say something outrageous to get on the show.
I went along with. I'm sure I said some outrageous shit Friday night because I was pretty drunk Friday night.
Did you cry, Tom?
No crying.
No crying.
No crying.
No
well,
chicken
he's turning over a new leaf.
Tom was the babysitter.
Yep.
He was the babysitter Friday.
I was helping out.
All right. Well,
drunk Tom was helping out.
You know, I went to pull up that article about that San Clemente woman that was suspected of fabricating firefighter husband to collect cash donations.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, Brandon, I thought we were going to contact like the OC Register and LA Times to see if we can get a free subscription, because now I pull it up and all the text is blurred. So what do you mean say about this story? I'm totally cock blocked on this.
You cocksure?
I'm not cocksure at all. I'm cock limp.
I dropped the ball on that, and I accept responsibility.
Well, that doesn't help us now, does it, Brandon?
No, it doesn't.
I
But we
do
know
have to
what
give a
happened,
shout out
though.
to Brandon, though. Because
the refrigerator. He
the
got
refrigerator.
the fridge.
Brandon,
He did get a fridge.
Brandon picked
And
up.
stocked it.
Well,
That is the
well,
thing.
He stocked
kinda.
the fuck out of that refrigerator. No,
Kinda.
maybe not for you pussies, but he stocked it for me.
I thought it was fucking phenomenal. Yeah, so Brandon got us a brand new refrigerator from Best Buy, which they don't pay us any advertising dollars. And he stocked that thing, man, and really filled it up. I've been drinking the champagne of beers, Miller Lite.
Miller Life.
Miller High Life, you know, and so it's been good. Here, let me see if I can pull up a picture of what he did to that refrigerator. What's that? Oh, you got the article? Okay, and also, I also wanted to talk about well, Rusty. We'll go by his Facebook name, Rusty Shackelford. He was on the side of the freeway filming a
Dude,
a
that
truck
shit
on
was
fire.
crazy.
Yeah,
A
it
freeway
was.
fire?
It was. Hold on, let me see.
It's a car truck. I saw
Car
it for
with
like
like
a
an
few
18-wheeler.
Shit.
The whole hillside caught on fire.
Big rig, huh?
Well, maybe we can do that first. Is my computer plugged back up? I'm not ready yet, Jack. Just hang on a second. Let me get it up.
No, Alex, unfortunately, the refrigerator was not stocked on weed. Not to say that there wasn't some available. Because as you can see, obviously, I've been smoking bowls throughout the whole fucking show.
Yeah, I can't get any audio out of my computer. But anyways, and that's, you know, it's not. No, the audio was. Oh, hold on, there we go. I see it now. Okay, yeah. So Rusty was out driving. You know, he drives a truck for a living, and he apparently pulled over on the side of the road to film this going on. Jack, you got my computer up? Here we go.
Yes, hi. This is Chismoso News coming to you live
Oh, sorry. Come on, play.
from the grapevine. Yes, hi. This is Chismoso News coming to you live from the grapevine. The hillside has also begun ablaze. We see a truck on fire. No police yet in sight. Apparently the hillside is also many cars are still driving by.
Wow.
Although the hillside is on fire. Yet in sight. Many cars are still driving on the 5 freeway northbound. Although the hillside is on fire.
What's going on here?
This shit is
The
nuts.
whole cabin.
Well, there's the train wreck that we were waiting for, because obviously I'm getting two versions of audio coming out of
I'm
this.
sorry, I
damn
don't know why
thing.
that's happening.
I don't know. I'm sure it's not on my end. It can't be on my end.
This is Pyro reporting live from the grapevine. Hi. This is Chismoso News coming to you live.
Chismoso News. Anyways, yeah, so that was Rusty out on his drives around today, and he spotted a little fire off of the grapevine. But what was I looking for? I was looking for something else in here, Tom. What was it?
The picture of the fridge.
Oh, the picture of the fridge. Yeah, that's old news now. Nobody wants to see that, but here, let's see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Here, let me pull this up. Yep, there's the fridge that Brandon bought us, and I mean, you have to admit, Tom, that I know that Missy and Tom are bitching because there's no what is that? What is that pussy
There's
shit you guys
no
drink?
vodka in there. There's no cider in there.
But what is in there, Steph? There's Crown Royal apple and vanilla.
I see Captain Morgan.
I see 2 bottles of Captain Morgan.
Yeah. Pepsi.
There's not a single caffeine soda in there.
There's
Or a
Pepsi.
diet one.
Pepsi has caffeine.
and Mountain
No,
Dew
that's
and Dr. Pepper
disgusting.
and Pepsi.
Nasty. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, what is that? Is that like cherry Pepsi over there, too,
No,
that has caffeine?
gross.
Doesn't all that stuff have
No,
caffeine?
caffeine free.
Oh, you want something caffeine-free.
Yeah, you go get that in Tom's kitchen.
there's
It's called water.
There's water
No,
in there.
fuck you guys.
You said caffeine-free.
No, fuck you.
Wow.
Wait, what
That's
is
bullshit. Oh, yeah. Well, go ahead. Drink some water just because your guys' shit's filled in there with your guys' shit.
How about this,
Oh,
Miss?
here we go.
Good job,
How
Brandon.
about this, Miss?
This is chicken sandwich all over
How
again.
about you stop being a pussy? Have some Crown Royal and enjoy it like the rest of us. How about that?
How about no? How about
Okay.
at least cater to the only fucking girl here, and then Tom,
Lesbian
the
girl.
Yeah,
other
that part.
girl that likes to drink drinks like me. No offense.
None
Two
taken.
pussies, then, basically.
The lesbian look-alike. The lesbian
Go
look-alike.
ahead.
Let me enjoy my no-calorie alcohol.
In my defense, I did ask what people wanted.
And did anybody
at
respond?
Missy?
Did Missy
you
respond?
At Missy? Did you at Missy? Nope.
I can't say you
Nope.
actually enjoy the stuff that you
Do I
guys
need to add
drink.
everybody?
I highly enjoy
That
it.
shit's disgusting.
What do you enjoy, Missy?
COCK.
Sure.
No. What's your
was no
favorite,
sure after
Missy?
that.
What's your favorite drink?
Cock.
I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not playing. Get your hands off the computer.
You're not even gonna touch my
Cock.
Does she like to have?
Missy, do you like it?
6 against 1 and up.
No.
I'm gonna turn this way. I feel uncomfortable with this part of the conversation.
Vanessa's got your back. She said she'd bring some stuff.
Of course she does. She's the only one that cares about me here.
Yeah, you're being very
sure.
Just saying. Just saying.
Thank you, Brandon, for supplying
You're welcome.
all the guys'
Yes,
needs.
thank you for the refrigerator. And when guests comes, when guests come, you're now required to bring alcohol with you. That's the entrance fee.
That is. That's the entrance to. Yeah. So when you have CT down here from the real world, and we're talking about, I don't know, people better show up with
Maybe
alcohol
he'll show up
coming.
on a Tuesday.
When he comes out, I will.
It seems like every gay guy in the SC scene is going to
Yeah.
show up that day.
Maybe we can do
I
an
saw
interview
Lawrence
with him
in there.
Maybe we could put him on a dating show.
Yeah, I do.
He can't date, but he could be a co-host.
Yep. And
Okay.
then there was another
Well, he
one.
just got married, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's pretty.
One of the other guys, Leroy, he lives out in Vegas. He said
Is he
that
black? Leroy
he
is
is
a black name. Yeah, that's
super
obvious.
cool. He was a
Pretty
super rad
obvious.
dude,
Hey,
super
hey.
funny.
Oh, no.
No debate there. I never met Leroy. I
He
don't
said
know
he
who
would
he is,
do.
but-
He said he would come on the show.
I just know that's a
Would
very.
you say Leon is a black name?
Yes, it is.
That was my dad's name.
That's
was
your
Leon.
dad's name?
Leon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe it's Irish, and I never knew.
Jake's really trans black.
I wouldn't go that
The
long.
red face kind of negates that whole idea, but I guess anything is possible.
Well, Leon is French, so that makes sense with Creole.
Leon. Okay, I get it. That does make sense. Still not Creole with him, and that makes Leon as a black name. That makes sense, but
He is Southern.
Who, me?
Yeah.
You're gosh darn right I am.
That's a good enough reason for that name to be common from.
When he was in Nashville, they thought he was Southern. He fit right in.
They thought I was a local.
I bet
Yep.
it did. They
Yeah.
wondered if you carried your hood in the back pocket or the front.
So this is easy
We
now.
got laughs from the peanut gallery on that.
Yeah,
one.
I ignored the
That was
fuck
like
out of that.
That was
racist
like
shit.
deep down laugh.
So there was a man. This was in the news here about a week or so ago, and it was a Florida man was arrested. And this is some shit that I could see Missy calling the cops on me for if I really pushed her buttons and pushed her just a little too far. You know what he did, Tom?
I do because I can see your screen and I'm kind of in disbelief here.
Well, then act like a mystic and just say what
did he do?
What was it?
Tom's a good actor. You should be a reality TV star.
I know, right?
What was it?
So this Florida man was arrested after he allegedly gave his girlfriend a wet willy.
Okay, so as a responsibly thinking adult, there has to be more to this story, obviously.
A man in St. Lucie County, Florida, was arrested after allegedly giving his girlfriend a wet willy while he was belligerent, an affidavit says. A local sheriff's deputy was called to the home of 47-year-old Joseph, whatever. In mid-August, the man's girlfriend claimed that she found, whatever his last name is, Joseph, drunk on the living room floor after she returned home from work. According to an affidavit reviewed by the Treasure Coast newspaper, Joseph went with his girlfriend, who has not been identified, and her daughter to a different person's home. There, Joseph continued to drink and be belligerent, according to the affidavit. Then on the way home, Joseph allegedly grabbed his girlfriend's hand, pulled her arm, and continued by giving her a wet willy, sticking his finger in her ear, the affidavit says, according to the newspaper.
Okay,
That's
so
it?
did he like rupture her eardrum or something? Like,
I don't see anything like that.
Well, keyword in that very beginning was belligerent.
yeah, he was drunk
So he was drunk as fuck and pulling on her
and jabbed his finger
in
into
her ear. With spit.
Yeah.
And he got arrested.
Yeah.
Must have been a slow night of.
There was a kid that got arrested at the store the other day for jaywalking while he was drunk.
At your store?
At my store, yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Jaywalking while drunk.
Yeah. It was really kind of weird because like I had just clocked on, and then I vaguely saw the guy come by, and then all of a
Is
sudden,
that two separate charges?
well, yeah, the jaywalking and then
public intoxication. Yeah.
Exactly. And then so I saw the cop looking around weird, and I was asking, can I help you? And he's like, well, someone was drunk, and he looked drunk, and he was jaywalking. And I was like, oh, okay. So whenever the guy comes out of the bathroom, the cop's waiting for him outside at this point, and I'm like, hey, you may want to go out this other door over here by the crosswalk because there's a cop waiting.
So you were aiding and abetting.
Well, I was trying to give him a friendly heads up that he wouldn't want to jaywalk again because the cop was paying attention. Maybe he might want to use the crosswalk this time, right? And he was obviously very drunk. He had a hard time buying his cigarettes. Anyways, famous last words, he says, "Oh, I got this. I can handle the cop." And then he goes out the door opposite from where I tell him to, right into 2 cops, and he got arrested. So his dad comes in about 2 hours later, and I had to relay the story to his father of how I told him.
How was the dad about his son being belligerent and junk? You tried to help him, tell him to walk out the other door and don't jaywalk, and he goes out and does exactly everything you told him not to do.
Right.
What was the dad saying to you?
I mean, he was really disappointed, you know, like obviously he was just concerned because he had a misdemeanor charge now for public intoxication potentially on his record.
Is that not the American way?
Well, right. And the thing was they were staying at the hotel across the street. So it's like all he was doing.
Oh, they're
was
out of
trying to get a
towners.
pack of cigarettes and then go back to his hotel, and they snagged him on the way back.
I just can't believe that that's still a thing out here. Back east, you can walk across the street anywhere the fuck you want.
Let me tell you, in New York City, if you're a pedestrian and you don't happen to be on the other side of the fucking sidewalk when those cars come by,
they will hit you.
They will fuck you up.
Yeah, they will hit you.
They don't
will-
give 2 shits.
Oh yeah, but then in the middle of the city, you'll see people fucking walk across the middle of the street like it's nothing, you know, because it's normal shit. It's what you do. You don't wait until you get to the fucking crosswalk. If you happen to get to a place,
All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
no problem. Where traffic is heavy, you fucking walk through.
You want to trip out? They actually do undercover stings for crosswalks and jaywalking in Santa Barbara, where they'll have an undercover officer at the crosswalk, and they'll like walk at a certain pace, and then they'll have an officer down the street monitoring. And then if you don't slow down or if you don't come to a complete stop, they'll pull you over and give you a ticket.
They're that fucking bored.
Yeah.
Santa Barbara.
Dude,
Yeah,
they get
in
they get
Oxnard,
cat
dude.
calls like to get cats out of trees and shit.
The cops.
Yes. I know this from actual real experience.
That is
All right, well,
so American.
besides that, we need to talk about. I was at Disneyland yesterday. I didn't go on Sunday, but I was there yesterday, and I was hanging out with my buddy Chris, and Marcus actually showed up. And let's talk about this for a second. Here we go with what's going on at Disneyland. All right. So I'm here. Yeah, well, it's not live, but we'll show it tomorrow. Anyways, so we're here at Disneyland right now to talk about the most interesting thing that has happened to Disneyland in probably the last 60 years. And Chris, what would that be?
Mobile beer ordering.
He fucking nailed it. Now, apparently, fuck your fast passes to Cars Land and Space Mountain. What they have now is an app on your Disneyland app. See right there? On your Disneyland app, you can go into the food and you can order beer. Now, we've been testing this out for the last 6 hours. And let me just tell you, this app is working.
Awesome.
It's freaking amazing. I think I'm messing up my phonics right now. It's working that good. So,
No,
Chris,
it's actually really convenient. It's we've all been in line. We're waiting 10, 15 minutes for a beer. Now it's to the point that you can order your beers ahead of time. The servers know what you're getting. It prints out, and there's no more time for cash transactions. It's kind of like the mobile ordering at Starbucks, but for beer.
and it bypasses like the lines at the beer carts by forever.
So right now, right here, we got Bayside Brews coming up. I don't think it's going to show up on your camera, is it?
Probably not.
But I can order now. And we're going to put an order in for a couple rounds, and then we're going to order some drinks, and we'll go pick them up.
Yep, so I got to put down the camera because I got to put in my order as long as I can still do that. I'm going to put in my order right now, and then we're going to go pick them up. All right, Marcus, were you aware that they have a Fast Pass for beer?
I was not. This is all news to me.
This is the most groundbreaking news in Disneyland history right now, is Fast Pass for beer. I just put my order in right now. Chris, he's up there in the big-ass green shirt getting his beer right now. This took a total of probably a minute and a half. As you can see, there's a lot of people in line. We're going to bypass that bitch right now.
I waited in that line. I was like a fool. Dummy.
You got to get with the times, man. Got to get with the times. Now, seriously, I just put my order in like 30 seconds ago, so they might not even have it yet.
Mine's already there, which is awesome. I see it on the counter.
How long ago did you order?
About 35 seconds ago.
How many people would you say are in line right now?
35.
This is awesome. This is amazing. All right, let me see if they have my beer. All right, so I just got my beer. Missy, how long did it take us to get those beers?
Like 30 seconds. Okay, like maybe a minute and a half, but we were walking. So literally like 30 seconds from when we walked up. Super fast.
And there's a line that's probably about
20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes long. Like I said, this is the best thing to happen to Disneyland ever.
Your face just gets all paralyzed, and you look young and refreshed.
When I drink?
Yes.
I'm drinking right now, and I've been looking at myself in the camera all night, and I'm like just glistening like a freaking reflector off my cheeks.
Yeah,
I need makeup on the show. That's flushed. It's definitely
So
flushed.
apparently you guys didn't know that this has been available since May?
Okay, but it wasn't
fucking
at all the
Stan.
places. It was like at the Bengal barbecue place. They don't sell alcohol
see,
there.
I
That's
don't-
not, doesn't serve us
But
any
I don't
purpose.
blame you guys. I blame the fucking cast members that know us for not telling.
Jack, were you aware of this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I know cast members who had told me that it was
Like your cousin, Stan.
It's okay.
Oh,
We
does that
called
narrow
him
it
out
down
here.
who it is too much? We don't know who Stan is. There's a million Stans that work for
Anyway,
Disneyland.
so
It was
yeah,
an Eminem song, wasn't
and
it?
in the Club Hub, it was announced everywhere.
Yeah, but he didn't say specifically that it was about getting beer.
He
Because
just
it's
said
not
it-
specific to beer.
That's the only specific point
That's
that
all
I give
we
a shit
care
about.
about.
I don't care about getting a fast pass to a freaking break apart bread bowl.
I mean,
Those are pretty bomb, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm just saying, you guys
Okay.
are awfully demanding. Like, we have to break it down like your children, specifically. Hey, by the way,
Duh.
this is why you don't like it.
Duh. Yeah, now you can order beer
Duh.
and walk up and grab it and avoid all the lines. A fast pass for beer, that is like earth-shattering breaking news.
No one gives a shit about buying a fucking churro and Fast Pass.
You know those gifts, mind blown. That's what
We
I
need to
feel like.
relabel this show as the Prima Donna Show.
All I care about
get
is
outta
getting
here.
my pumpkin
Get outta
spice
here.
a cider in 30 seconds.
That's pretty specific.
I bet you would have liked
It
to
is
have.
very specific.
Missy,
I happen to like that stuff.
I bet
It's
you would
pretty
have
good.
liked to have had a nice pumpkin spice cider tonight, wouldn't you have?
I fucking would have
Yep.
because it's in season. But no, we had to get.
Hey,
just
Steph, all I know
Miller
is that
High
refrigerator
Life.
is stocked with more stuff for me and you.
I got you. Well, you know,
Thanks, Brandon.
I haven't had High Life in so long, Miller High Life, but I have a feeling that tomorrow's just going to be really shitty.
I have a high life right now.
Who's with me to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and log into Coach Dave's show and just start making some comments?
down.
Down?
Not it.
Down.
Take Alex with you.
No? Alex?
For what?
Oh, yeah.
Alex,
Take
would,
Alex.
For what?
Alex would definitely fuck Coach Dave.
I think he pretty much alluded to the fact.
But don't
already.
you think that somebody's that so like militant anti-gay and anti-homosexual like it's one of those things where you see somebody that bitches about something so much it's because they have that repressed aggression or whatever. Jack, what do you call that scientifically? Come on. What is it, Jack?
It's called a Freudian slip when you bring up things.
No, I'm not talking about a Freudian slip. I'm talking about when you're like for instance, there was TV ministers that would just bag on fornication and whatever, like Jimmy Swaggart.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And he would condemn when he was caught with a whore in a hotel.
Yeah, it's a self-hating complex.
Self-hating complex.
Yeah, you hate that which you're ashamed of, and so because of it, in order to correct it, so nobody knows what's going on, you overdo it. That's why like people that don't that really don't like things, they don't really deal or talk about them. But then there's those people around that are always going on like, oh, I just hate all the drama. Yet those are the people that usually bring drama.
Well, we can all agree that
Complex.
Alex is extra as fuck.
Are you saying that I'm self-hating cop?
But I love him.
I think secretly you're a cop because you never stop talking about police.
I fucking hate him.
See, I don't like police either, but that's not like every.
All
like,
right,
word.
next topic.
Yeah, this isn't the Brandon and
Wow, Missy just shut you guys down.
and Jack show.
I bet she wouldn't have shut you down if she had a couple pumpkin spice latte brewskis or something to make it a
Sure,
little
the
nicer.
fuck wouldn't. I'd be drinking my.
But anyways, the using the Disney annual pass to fast track food, which apparently some people do. I don't know who the fuck would do that, but But yeah, it works for ordering beer, and it works like a charm, man. You just put in the order for your beer, you walk up, and then within 30 seconds you have a beer, while all these other schleps are standing in line. Now, what I know is going to happen, and I can already hear it, is people in the social club community are going to go in there, and they're going to use this app, and they're going to use it to get beer. And there's going to be 30 people walking up to get beers from Bayside Brews and all these other breweries, and people are going to go online and just have a fit about it. I can see it coming already.
And then they're going to take it away.
No, they're going to blame it on a social club issue that now only social clubs are able to order their beers online, and we're getting some type of like extra shit.
Preferential treatment.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about our trip to Norm's with Miss Vicky.
Who wants to talk about our meal last night at a fucking
What is that? Like,
Okay.
I've heard the Vicky. Who the fuck is Vicky?
I was going to say, we've been seeing Vicky all day.
Yeah, who is Vicky?
Vicky is this super old lady who's like hunchback and like won't crack a smile.
Yeah, she's been a server for like 60 years.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be smiling
no
either.
No 401k,
So we
fucking
order-
flat shoes. And
So we order our food, right? And I just want a basic sandwich.
yeah, somehow
And-
I doubt that.
That sandwich pissed you off so much that you want to talk about tonight. Nobody really gives a shit about what sandwich you got.
Hearing Missy say she wants a basic sandwich, we are talking about the young woman here who doesn't like crusted chicken.
Crusted meat, any meat.
Okay. Basic sandwich.
So, okay, what does a basic sandwich
Meat,
include?
cheese, mayo, mustard.
What kind of meat? Turkey, roast beef,
Ham.
Okay.
She ordered a ham sandwich. Okay.
So I ordered this ham sandwich, and
I
I'm
ordered
saying-
biscuits and gravy with my plate too.
First off, I ask her what's in the sandwich before I actually order it, and she says lettuce and stuff.
Was there any other extra ingredients?
Cock.
No.
What time was this during the day? I'm curious.
Like 11, nah, maybe like 10 p.m.
Okay, so
Okay,
not too
so
late.
not so late.
All right.
So I tell her, okay, I stop her because I already don't want lettuce in my sandwich. So I say, okay, I just want a ham sandwich with cheese, mayo, and mustard.
That's very simple.
That is very that's
Super
pretty basic.
simple. Like, you can't fuck that up, right?
No.
It comes back. Guess what's in it? Just
We don't
meat.
have the freaking guy calling us
Just
right now,
meat.
do we?
Yes.
Is he?
Do we? Hold on. Fuck.
Wait,
No, it's not.
who is that?
Well, what the fuck is ringing?
That's on your side.
Who's that?
Probably my phone.
Who's that?
Oh, it might be Steph's phone
Is that a
because
phone?
I don't see it ringing anywhere on my board. Anyways, go ahead, miss. Talk about Vicky.
Yeah, just meat.
Yeah, so Vicky brought her a sandwich that was just meat and nothing, no mayonnaise, no ketchup, no nothing.
Just
well, I
meat.
guess you don't
How
put
do you
ketchup on a
fuck
ham
that up?
sandwich.
That's not me.
Right?
Vicky didn't give a shit about what you wanted.
But Vicky
just
was
gave you what
also
she
hiding
wanted.
underneath the freaking counter
Yeah, I know.
for like
I
30
know.
minutes.
And I ordered biscuits and gravy, and she brought me hot cakes, and I ordered, what else did I order? Oh, I ordered
A sweet tea.
cotton candy sweet tea, and she brought me cotton candy lemonade. I think Vicky was suffering for a little bit of dementia or
She
something
just-
like that.
Basically, she just wanted to make what she wanted to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
she
got
didn't give
what
a
Vicky
shit
wanted.
What
got
you
what Vicky
wanted. You got whatever Vicky wanted.
So that was the Norms off Euclid in Anaheim. So if you guys go in there, roll in there, and ask for Vicky specifically, and it doesn't matter what you order because Vicky is going to bring you what she wants.
Was she under the counter having?
Having what? Like having
COCK, cock,
or
smoking dope and getting high,
or having?
I'm running out of things to.
6 on 1.
Having
or having homosex.
Yeah. Which one was she doing?
Homosex.
Homosex. It is. Coach Dave.
I didn't take any crap.
Yep. Coach
she sure
Coach
did.
Dave really
Cocksure.
knows how these people operate.
The lesbian look-alike.
Was she a
that's
lesbian
me.
lookalike? Was she a lesbian lookalike?
Sure.
All right.
Man, I'm so proud of myself. I'm not allowed to say. Are you allowed to be proud of yourself?
Yes. Always.
I did last night. I did. I'm so proud of myself. I wanted to do it again. Or having homosex. I wanted to get on with Howard Stern.
You wanted to have homosex with Howard Stern.
Oh, we gotta leave Dave alone. Coach Dave. Coach Dave. Coach
Oh, I'm
Dave.
sure we're gonna-
I have a
we're-
feeling I'm gonna get some hate mail from Coach Dave.
I'm sure
but,
we're
but I'm dead serious about that. Coach Dave was wanting some clips for the show. I say the only thing we send him is like the 5 minutes from tonight when Coach Dave was talking about all the gay shit, and we send that over to him and just wait for his head to explode.
I can't wait to hear the next
I'm
he won't
sure.
talk about it. He won't talk about it. Guarantee he won't talk about it because we called him out on his bullshit about faking this battle of good versus evil, which didn't happen. And he doesn't want to look like an asshole in front of his fans, congregation, whatever you
I
want to call
like
it.
the
So he's not
idea
gonna
of
do it.
trolling a show at 4 a.m. I just can't get up that early.
Yeah, me either.
Maybe I could stay up that late.
Maybe. Oh, you know what we should do?
That is a
We
possibility.
should get an address and send him fake Tom.
I would need a fuck ton of weed though to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
We should get his address. I'm sure he gets fan mail all the time, right?
We should send him fake Tom.
Like blow up fake Tom.
With a huge cock attached to the fucking.
And we'll put it.
We'll put him in a cocksure t-shirt.
Yeah, we'll make a T-shirt that says cocksure.
You know, it comes to the reality of the show. When we do this show for how long have we been going for, Jack?
9:47.
We've been going for almost 2 hours, and I've been drinking since 4 p.m. here. I gotta pee. There's no commercials in this damn show. I gotta pee. So fuck you guys.
Wow.
Well then.
All right.
Okay. So that
So
was one hell of a fucking exit.
So Jake, he just get-
was he talking about us or
I have
or
no
them
idea.
or
I
the
don't know.
people in the
Let's
watching us?
let's ask him. Jake, who are you talking to?
All 15 people.
No answer.
Not here. Where's fake Tom?
nothing.
Where's fake Tom? Fake Tom will talk. Bring fake Tom to the show.
Yeah, let's get fake Tom.
Fuck Jake. We don't need Jake anymore. We have fake Tom. Whatever happened to baby Tom?
I think he's
Oh,
in. I think he's in Nana's room.
He's in Nana's room taking a nap.
Yep.
Baby Tom's been sleeping for. Oh.
Oh, hi, buddy.
We need faces for everybody.
I have the other fake Tom faces too.
No, like all the faces, like in case someone
Oh.
walks out on us like this. Fake Tom is
Fake
now
Tom has
taking the show.
Missile tits.
He does have
Thank you for inviting me, everybody. Very excited to be here for my
Missile
second
boobs.
appearance.
We're having a show with a sex doll.
Fake
How
fake Tom.
fucking
Where
awesome
did
is
fake
that?
Tom? Where did Jake go?
Jake, he said he needed to go use the facilities.
I didn't think he said. I think he said, "Fuck you guys," right? All of you.
He was really meaning me.
What is wrong with your voice, fake Tom?
I don't know.
It sounds like you got
Wait, wait.
punched in the
Filled me with
nuts.
helium.
So if he was talking to you, was it a fuck you or was it I wanna fuck you?
You know what? With Jake, you never know. And I'm sorry about my voice. They filled me with helium, so I'm really
Kind of sounds like you got hit in the nuts and you haven't recuperated.
Oh, well, I would love to do that.
Just so you guys know, fake Tom is full action.
Absolutely ready to go, baby.
Look at us.
3 insertable holes. three
There's a hole.
insertable holes. Take your pick. Front, back, or top.
Oh, I always
Whatever you
prefer
want to
back.
be. Or you could be like
Hey, where you
Coach
taking
Dave.
me? Where
Can
what are
we-
you
can
doing?
we- can
Oh,
we-
yeah, touch me more there.
Can we go buy like 6 dildos and
We test it
put
out.
Coach
Please?
Dave's face
Yes.
over fake Tom's?
Oh, want to put Coach
I'm just
Dave?
saying,
We could have Coach Dave live.
We could
Oh,
at any
no,
given
Coach
moment.
Dave.
Yeah.
Well,
Then I would
anyways.
die.
So really, I walk away for like 2 seconds. You guys go straight to
Yeah, fake Tom.
Missile
fake
tits.
Tom and
I missed
his
you,
missile
Jake.
tits.
With the missile tits and 3 action holes.
Yeah, I really think that Alex in the comments, he could use fake Tom because the guy's got so much pin-up sexual aggression that he's wanting to just screw anything that moves. So I think we should send him fake Tom and make him video. We should send him on a date.
Not with my face.
I don't know why you have to be so conservative, Tom.
Hell no.
Well, it depends on if Alex is a bottom or a top.
I mean, fake Tom had a lot of fun. Everyone loved him.
Yeah,
Yep.
they did. Lots
Yeah, they
of
did.
action.
They really did.
Tom saw lots of action. Fake Tom.
Fake
rather.
Tom saw lots of
Fake
action.
Tom saw lots of action during that weekend. So
Well, I didn't feel nothing, so it wasn't like a voodoo doll or anything. So that's
No, we would never do
wait
that.
till you see Fake Tom's.
We don't
other
practice
faces.
the dark arts.
Fake Tom has more faces. That's just one face of Fake Tom.
that's the one of many faces.
One of many faces, like Game of Thrones. Yes, I took it there. I did that.
Nice. I liked it.
So are you ready to end it?
Oh, I've been ready for a long time. Usually I end the show when I go pee for the first time. I thought I'd just let you guys talk.
We were.
You were
Good.
very angry when you got up to pee.
Yeah.
Because I had to pee. It's
There
time,
was a
it's
lot
like
of
time
there
to,
was a
you
lot
know-
of effings
It was
going
a
on.
fuck you.
Yeah, that was like an angry fuck you. Well, you were talking to Jack and Brendan, right?
I'm pretty sure that
Brendan?
was worse than the fuck that I said on Coach Dave's clip.
I think so.
All right, well, it's time to get out of here. I mean, I guess we've been going long enough. It's almost 2 hours of nonsense. I don't know why anybody listens to this bullcrap, but it's time to go.
Good night.
Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
See y'all next week.
Good night.
Peace.
It's been so long since I've written with a pen. You know it's sharper than a saber. I don't feel like Errol Flynn. Got no computer, I can't type the letter in. Your number is smaller, but I guess I better start again. Well, it's for tennis, fella's hungry. Got a dozen pounds of feed. He asked for money for a bus pass. Oh, please, and I throw him $1. It's exactly what he needs to get another drink. But as before, last cigarette, last cigarette, last cigarette. One before I go to bed. Last cigarette, last cigarette, last cigarette. One before I go to hell.